Hey, good afternoon. Good afternoon. This is Andy. Listen, I'm here to talk to you today. It's Motivation Monday. And today, as you can see by the quote that I opened up with, we're talking about Walt Disney. You know, everybody knows Walt Disney, or at least they know the Disney world and all the Disney movies and the Disney shows and all that other good stuff. So let's talk about Walt Disney for just a minute. But first, let me switch back over here on my screen and make sure that I'm not messing with anybody missing people, because I would hate to miss some people. Anyway, here we go. So I'm assuming that you can hear me because my mic monitor is moving up and down. Now, if you can dream it, you can do it. That's what Walt said. Well, there's a lot to be said about that. If you can dream it, you can do it. You guys have seen the story, Field of Dreams. If you build it, they will come. There are so many other great motivational stories like that. But just a minute, I want to tell you a quick thing. Let me see if I can find the exact answer I'm looking for. All right, so I'm reading from biography.com, and it's specifically talking about Walt Disney. After years of eating beans and driving up his debts, Disney, talking about Walt Disney, finally brought Mickey Mouse to life on film starting in the late 1920s and earned his way back to the top of his industry. But it wasn't easy. Bankers rejected his concept of his famous mouse over 300 times before one said yes. Wow, you talk about persistent. 300 times. And we're not talking about he talked to 5 people in a day. You know, it takes time in the days. I'm sure it did take time to set up appointments and all that kind of stuff. That was persistent, being told no several times. So how many times have you been told no about something that you just felt in your heart was the right thing to say or do or whatever else? Well, sometimes we need to be told no, right? Sometimes, I know, now y'all may not think this is about me, but you know, you're on Facebook and you're starting to type out a reply to something that you thought you saw that it certainly wasn't the right thing to read or say, and you thought that you better correct them and be all snarky or whatever on the way back to them. And then you feel that still small voice talking to you say, no, don't do that, and you hit the backspace key. I'm guilty of that. Anyway, but listen, let's talk about Walt Disney. If you can dream it, you can do it. And that's the way he felt about Mickey Mouse. And of course, we all know that's where the whole Disney World franchise, Disneyland, Disney World, the whole wonderful world of Disney, the Magic Kingdom, all of that stuff happened in the mind of Walt Disney. And he was told 300 times no on Mickey Mouse before he went any further. That's pretty doggone amazing, right? So, what are you thinking about in your head? What do you have deep down in your heart that you feel is the right thing to do, and that you should stick with it? Some people call that stick-to-itiveness. Some people call that stick and stay. So you may or may not have something that you need to stick and stay about. But if you do, let's stick and stay. If you don't, then let's talk about other things that can motivate you. But before we go much further, let me tell you a funny story. So, you guys know that I've been working out. You know that I've lost about 58 bazillion pounds. Really, it's 112. And I'm finding out new things about my body that I didn't know before, things that I can do that I couldn't do before. So, I've gotten to where I like to stretch at night, especially, you know, in the mornings I ruck 4 miles a day. Right now, I've got 40 pounds on my back when I do it. So, I stretch before, I stretch after. And I've found that I sleep better at night if I will lay down and just stretch tall, right? Get as tall as I can be or as long as I can be. And I was doing this way. And also I use a roller, a big foam roller. I wish I had one here to show it to you, to work my legs on to help relieve some of the muscle stiffness that I have there. Anyway, so I'm stretching and I'm like this one day, and Sharon, my beautiful wife, my queen, says, "What's that?" And I'm thinking, we've been married for 20 years, and I don't think I have anything that she should be saying, "What's that about?" Right? So she pokes me in the ribs, finding out, because when I lay flat, my ribs are the tallest part of my body now. It used to be my belly. My belly, My belly used to be way out anyway. So she said, "What's that?" And she starts poking my ribs. Is that your ribs? Y'all may not think it's funny, but that was pretty funny. I said, "Yes, it's my ribs. What do you think it is?" "I haven't seen those before." That was kind of funny, y'all. Anyway, all right. So that was motivation to me to keep going. This happened, I guess, last month or something, and I keep going. Speaking of keeping going, so my rucking started after I didn't think it was safe for me to go to the gym during the beginning of COVID, and then as the governor released restrictions on the gym and all that kind of stuff. Sharon and I talked about it, and we still didn't think it was safe for me to go back, even though I was having great success after I started losing weight. Then I joined the gym and kept toning and trimming and everything else. So I started running. Then I felt a pull in one of my muscles. So I quit running and I just kept walking. And then I added weight, especially after our son Joel. He was training for a new job in the Marines, and he started rucking, except he did some serious rucking. Anyway, so I decided to start rucking because I'd done it back in the Army. But when I achieved my first little bit of success, I was rucking 2-3 miles with 20 pounds on my back, and then I progressively got heavier and went farther. And each time I hit a milestone, a goal, then that was a reason for me to go to the next goal, to have a bigger goal, and then achieve that or conquer that goal or whatever it is. So I got to where in June I said, okay, well in July I'm going to do 60 miles with 30 pounds on my back. And then after the first week or so, then I increased it to 35 pounds on my back. And before the 20th of the month, I'd hit 60 miles. And I said, or 50 miles or whatever. I said, okay, well 60 is nothing. Let's go 70. So then I made that goal public. And I said, I'm going to do 70. And one of my friends said, no, you can do 75. Well, that was like challenging me. So I did 78. Anyway, then I increased my weight for August and doing the same thing. My goal is 60 in August, and now I've got 40 pounds on my back. So I'm hoping and praying I can do 60. I ought to be able to hit that okay, unless we have more rain. So I realize you can call me a wimp or whatever, that in the military, yes, we rucked day or night. It didn't matter, rain or shine. I remember being in a motor pool one time when it was 18 inches of snow on the ground. It didn't matter. I still had to walk my guard duty and all that stuff. But I'm not in the military now, and I don't have to ruck if it's raining. It was raining this morning. Back to my point. If you can dream it, you can do it. So my goal of getting to 70 miles and then 75 miles in July was one of those things that I dreamed that I could do, and I attained it. So, like Walt Disney, he dreamed that Mickey Mouse was going to be something big, that kids were going to love it, and sooner or later adults might love it. And he dreamed that he could do it. And then even through all of the negatives, all of the no's, his persistency paid off, and he attained it. He achieved it. He did it. Well, just like me with my goals, my rucking is small in compared to some of the huge dreams that others have. Some people dream of leading a team of hundreds of thousands of followers to accomplish a bigger goal. Some people have a big dream. Pastor Richard Conderla of Glory Gang, he dreamed of putting together a team that could reach the children of Nacogdoches County, and he's doing it. And he dreams it bigger and bigger and bigger every year, and it's becoming more amazing every year. There are dreams that people have, and they just won't quit. Be that way. Have your dreams, set your goals, and work towards them. My name is Andy. Today is Motivational Monday. I hope you got something out of this. Listen, if you have something that you'd like for me to talk about or want to talk to me about any of the things that we've covered in the past, motivation, personal development, business growth, any of that kind of stuff, if you want to talk about any of my computer helps that I've got for you, I'd be happy to share those with you. If you want to talk about weight loss or getting healthier, I'd love to talk to you about that. Give me a message. Let me know what's going on, and I would be happy to talk to you. In the meantime, remember to tell everybody that's alive that you know and that you appreciate that you love them and that you appreciate them, because it just seems like people are just not able to last long right now. So let them know you love them. All right. Be blessed. I'll talk to you later. We're going to listen to some Look At You Now. I'll see you tomorrow at 12:15. Have a great lunch.
Didn't show up, but you showed them all anyhow. You wouldn't slow down, now you're too slow to push up